Hello and welcome. My name is Wyatt Harvey Borthwick Delacroix, and today we are going to be doing an intro into probabilistic ranking in a metacognitive sense. So metacognition is the system that observes, evaluates, and guides cognition. So basically, it's the system that thinks about thinking. Probabilistic ranking is how we assign salience or importance to internal and external signals based on uncertainty. We don't react to everything. We rank what matters most right now, given the context. And the higher truth signal you get, the higher salience signal you get, the more intensely you have to regulate and be aware of it. So you get signals, thoughts, feelings, sensations from the environment. You metacognitively evaluate it. You get from the context, your goals, your beliefs, and past data. Then you probabilistically rank it. So high probability, medium, and low. So now we'll move on to an intro into probabilistic ranking. Probability does not equal feelings or emotions. Probability is just about the evidence and the result from reality testing. It's not about the feeling of how you experience it. So high probability does not mean you feel confident or that you are certain about it. It means that the evidence supports it, and the result from reality testing, rigorous testing, is accurate. And you're still allowed to feel uncertain. So low probability means uncertainty, not lack of confidence. It doesn't mean it's totally imperfect. It just means that it's unlikely. You're uncertain, or it's unlikely, or both. And it can also mean that the evidence does not support it well, and you're allowed to still feel unsure, but not confident. That is a bit of an error in my sort of diagram that I've done. Medium probability, once again, does not mean you feel confident about it. It doesn't mean that it feels perfect, and you are allowed to feel uncertain about it still. It just means it looks good and needs more testing. This is the next stage from low to medium, and this testing and reality grounding is what takes it from a medium probability hypothesis, thought, signal system to a high probability one that has not failed reality grounding and is accurate. Okay, so salience signals. Salience signals are the brain's way of saying, pay attention, this matters right now. Now, during episodes of psychosis, these signals happen and are assigned to very unrealistic and unimportant things, hence leading to psychosis, confusion, and delusion. So what are they? They are important internal or external cues from the environment. They capture attention and guide cognition. They help us prioritize what matters. So signal, attention, action, and that's the feedback loop. So how do we identify them? They stand out emotionally. They are very intense, physically, emotionally, or mentally. They create a sense of relevance or urgency, and they persist and sometimes even take over your awareness. Intuitions and patterns and past data help highlight them. So what is their purpose? They guide decision-making, they conserve cognitive resources, they filter noise, highlight opportunity or threat, and align with actions, goals, and values. Okay, now here's a very important piece. Why you shouldn't control them, but cooperate with them. Trying to control them creates resistance and distortion. They are messengers, not commands. Cooperation allows for clarity and not suppression. Listen, evaluate, then act with intention. You do not obey every signal, you work with the right ones. So here's some examples: a gut feeling, noticing tension, sudden curiosity, repeated thoughts, environmental shifts, and high confidence. Key takeaway: salience signals are there to help you, not control you. Cooperate with discernment, please. Okay, so salient signals: what, how, why, and why not control them. What are salient signals? We've already covered that. There's external or internal cues that stand out from the background and capture attention. So sudden sounds, strong emotions, novelty or change, reward or threat cues, internal drives, hunger, curiosity, arousal. They highlight what the brain determines as important at that moment. What purpose do they have? They guide attention to what matters most for survival, growth, or alignment, although they can be incorrect and diluted and inaccurate. They help filter massive information to prioritize action. They communicate needs, opportunities, threats, and values. Drive learning, adaptation, and decision. They are the brain's way of pay attention right now, here. How do we identify them? Notice what automatically grabs your attention. Observe physiological changes, heart rate, tension, arousal. Then you can check the thoughts, emotions that arise. Ask what is trying to get me to know. What is this trying to get me to notice? Determine the underlying need or value being signaled. Awareness is the first step. So why shouldn't you control them? This is the sort of most important thing, but cooperate with them. Don't control. Trying to suppress or force signals leads to resistance, stress, and blind spots. You can't control what your brain deems salience, only know how to respond. Cooperate instead. So listen to the signal without being ruled by it. Investigate the message behind it. Align your response with your values and goals. Work with the attention. Work with the salience signals, not against them. That's where clarity and power comes from. Okay, so now we're going to move on to how I recognize salient signals. So the bigger the trigger marker, the bigger the truth marker, the bigger the salience signal. The bigger it feels, the bigger the emotion, the harder I analyze. So when I'm feeling really good about something, I stop and say, hold on, I'm feeling too good. I validate my feelings, then analyze, move on, or be cautious. So the ranking framework. So low salience means a weaker signal. Feels small, there's low emotional charge, doesn't demand much of my attention. I can analyze it quickly, assign low probability if the evidence is weak, and move on and keep scanning. A medium salience signal feels noticeable. Moderate emotional response, it's worth analyzing. I analyze at a steady pace, assign medium probability if evidence is mixed, keep testing and updating. So a high salience, strong signal. It feels huge. Strong emotional charge takes over most of my awareness. I must slow down. Self-soothe. This could be touching my nose, wiping the sweat from my forehead, sort of wiping my face or putting my hand in my face. Then I can think clearly. I probabilistically rank, high, low, medium, etc. And I don't react, I respond. So here's the process I follow. So I notice the signal, something stands out, feel and name it. What am I feeling? Regulate first. If it's high salience, I self-soothe and slow down. Analyze the evidence. What does this data say? What's the context? What are the patterns? I probabilistically rank high, medium, low, and why. Decide and act. Take aligned values based on action. Task-aligned values based action. Core principles: salience does not equal truth, emotion does not equal fact. Big feelings mean slow down, not this must be true. I don't fight the signal, I work with it. Clarity comes after calm. So we're nearly done. These are some common mistakes in probabilistic ranking. So awareness plus discipline equals accuracy, and these traps stay clear, stay sharp. Reacting to salience instead of ranking it. Mistake letting high salience take over and drive your decisions. Why it's a problem? Emotions hijack reasoning and you narrow your view. Better move, pause, regulate, then rank. Signal, reaction, X, no reaction. Signal, pause, rank, act. Ignoring or dismissing low salience signals. Mistake assuming low salience means it doesn't matter. Why it's a problem. Small signals can become big later. You miss early truth markers. Better move. Scan everything. Pattern. Everything. Pattern before it happens. So every pattern before it happens. Small today, big tomorrow. Don't be blind to weak signals. Context makes them loud. So 3, confusing feelings with probability. Mistake. Using how you feel as the probability. Why this is a problem. Feelings change, truth doesn't. Better move. Separate emotions from evidence. Rank the data, not the feeling. Feeling changes, probability, evidence doesn't. Sorry, evidence doesn't. Probability, no, you know what? That's wrong. I apologize. Feelings change. Truth also changes, but you shouldn't use your feelings as truth. I can't stress that enough. Your feelings do not indicate truth. Your feelings are like informants, and these informants can lie or can be wrong. It's the same with your salience signals. Cooperate with your emotions. Do not repress them. Do not ignore them, but cooperate with them. They're not commands. You don't have to obey them, but you do need to cooperate with them. Okay, so number 4. Overconfidence and medium probability. Mistake. Seeing looks good as it is good. Why it's a problem. You can stop testing too early. You miss what could break it. Better move. Medium needs more testing. Stay curious, keep stress testing your model. Medium equals promising, not proven. And number 5, forcing a signal to fit your story. Mistake, biasing the rank to match what you want to be true. Confirmation bias. Why it's a problem. You lose objectivity and clarity. Better move. Let the evidence speak. You serve the truth, not your ego. And remember, stay aware, stay curious, stay honest with yourself. Emotions give the signal, reason gives it a rank, values decide the action. Clarity is power, discipline is freedom, truth is the goal. Thank you guys for listening to this. Obviously, this is going to be on my YouTube channel. And this is just, probabilistic ranking, really, in a metacognitive sense. Now, this wasn't really about finding answers, so you don't have to memorize the answers. All you have to do is really memorize and internalize the system, so the method itself. And then if you forget the answer, you can just reuse the system and you'll get pretty much any answer within this probabilistic ranking metacognitive field. But it's a lot better for deeper understanding and sort of high-level thinking in the future. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day.